Okay, we got to talk about the Toledo Jeep Assembly plant. So last week, I spoke to a woman who told me that she had been the subject of sexual assault there for over a year, saying it was one of her higher ups, and he would go over and he'd rub on her and he'd say sexually explicit things to her, touching her breasts and touching her butt, and just being incredibly inappropriate. Well, at the end of our conversation, she told me that she's far from the only woman who's had sexually explicit experiences and inappropriate behavior done to them inside the plant, saying that sexual assault and the so-called boys club basically is something that occurs all the time. Well, fast forward to today, and I spoke to a second woman who said that she had a similar experience. She had someone who would say incredibly inappropriate things to her, and she said, just like the first woman I spoke to, she would report it, there'd be an investigation, and then it would go nowhere. So right now, we have two women who have now spoken out. I've spoken to a third on the phone who's nervous about coming forward. All three women say that retaliation is top of mind. So the question remains right now, will they be able to end this cycle of misbehavior? We'll have to find out soon. But I've reached out to Stellantis. They say they take every claim of sexual assault very seriously. I've also reached out to UAW Local 12. That's the union that represents the plant. The president says he's going to look further into those cases, and hopefully we can see a resolution sometime soon.